They used that same law to keep George Galloway out of this country when he was coming in to speak about the supplies and the money that he brought to all those people who have been bombed by U.S.-sponsored and Canadian-produced white phosphorus bombs. 2,000 Palestinians just recently murdered in cold blood by the partners of the United States government, the Israeli government, backed with Canadian and U.S. military weapons and chemical weapons, and as well as Canada's air machines, bombers. The point I'm making here is that I, having realized seen all those images of those people's tortured, having been a political prisoner that was tortured and almost murdered on a number of fronts, at that point I intended to take the position that he was not allowed in Canada as a war criminal. On March the 17th, I went there with 700 people, and we had a spirited demonstration to stop him from coming in. He came in, and we demanded that he be arrested. I told the RCMP that if they didn't arrest him, 2 times, if you don't arrest him, I'm empowering myself to go in there and snatch that guy and arrest him and take him to a people's camp until we develop a Nuremberg-type trial for war crimes, to find him, to give him his day in court, to bring up charges and to document all the charges, and then the people will mete out the sentences appropriate to the war crimes. And the sentence, whether we want to deal with it or not, the sentence is the sentence of death. These war criminals must die by execution for the crimes they're committing with a bogus war on terror that they've committed. That's just a footnote. And don't be afraid to understand the realities that these people are going to be called to order. Call it what you want. Try to set me up for anything you want and say that he said this and he said that. But let me tell you something. I am thoroughly committed. So committed that now George Bush is actually coming back in to 3 places. In Saskatoon, and a brother from over there named Peter Garden is going to put up a massive demonstration to keep him out. He's going to Montreal. They're organizing against his visit over there in Montreal, as well as in Edmonton. They're organizing to stop him there. But I want to also say that the real criminal in that cabal, which in 9/11 was really, and you can listen to the tapes that are coming up. But 9/11 was really a coup d'etat. And it was a coup d'etat by Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, Paul Wolfowitz, Richard Pearl, and the generals that Eberhardt and Myers. And you'll see that when you get online soon enough, you'll hear that whole story. But Dick Cheney's coming apparently to British Columbia on October the 22nd, allegedly to come over here for a week of fly fishing in Smithers. Well, I want you to know, and I'm asking you to join me in telling Dick Cheney, you're not welcome here. We need to arrest them, because Dick Cheney is really coming here to check out the vested interest of Enrich and the Trans-Canada Pipeline going through indigenous territories, and that pipeline is going there for Exxon and Chevron, and it's going to be shipped out through the Skeena River, killing the salmon runs, and run over into China, just like in the Caspian Sea Basin, which was the reason that they really went over to Iraq and Afghanistan. The Caspian Sea is all earmarked for Chevron, BP, Exxon, and guess what? Alberta oil. And now we're over there exporting democracy. Bullshit. Bullshit. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to tell. A special message right now to Dick Cheney. You're not welcome in this province. You're not welcome in Canada. We're going to do everything we can to mobilize. Come on, tell them we're going to mobilize. Because these people, we have all put you on the no-fly list. The no-fly list, no-fly fishing. Being a little humor to it. Brothers and sisters, I like to respect my time and strengths. There is so much more. I'm asking you to really help me. Look, I'm going on trial March 8th through the 12th. I face 6 months in jail. You know, and I know, that they want to kill me, and they will try to kill me. My voice is reaching too many people. That's just something that comes along with being an activist with a conscience. But you don't worry about that. In my book, I tell you how I got over the fear of dying. I'm asking you to help me out. I intended to arrest George Bush. I broke the line, and I was very close to getting into there, to grabbing him, apprehending him, and bringing him to justice before you people here. You that know what's really going on. When I went to the penitentiary, the Calgary police station, they beat me up, and then all of a sudden they didn't really know who I was, and all of a sudden somebody says, "Hey, leave him alone. His lawyer's on the phone, Ramsey Clark." The former U.S. Attorney General. Notwithstanding, he's been a friend of mine for years. As a matter of fact, Ramsey is the one that got me out of prison. And we've been brothers and friends since. So brothers and sisters, I'm appealing to you to help me. I'll help you in this fight for liberation. But I, again, say, I'm not afraid. You know why? Because the greatest thing to me, after I attempted to arrest George Bush, and let me tell you something, I really felt good. I mean, I felt good. Yeah. Because when I broke that police line, there were Blackwater snipers all over the place in guerrilla fatigues and balaclavas and fully sniper rifles that could have shot and killed me on the spot. Or they could have tasered me to death. And yet it didn't happen. And I survived it, and I said, good. But I raised the bar of resistance. I raised the bar of resistance. But the greatest thing that happened, of all, and people around the world held me as a hero, as they did with the brother that threw the shoe at him. Two of them. Gave him the left and gave him the right. And hopefully he hadn't changed his socks for a couple of days. The point is, the greatest thing that happened to me that day, when I finally got the call, after they roughed me up in the joint, and I finally got a phone call, and I called home, and my little son, because it all went on national TV, my son Chase Hunter. Dad, did you really try to arrest Bush? All my friends think you're the coolest thing going. 12-year-old boys and girls. You know what that means? That means even those little people, they know who the enemy is. Just like we do, and that's why I say, let's join hands, let's join our forces together, black, white, Asian, everybody, let's join together and show the powers, well, who the real powers. That's you and me. Thank you.